have a cheap parent? I mean, my dad wasn't like cheap. He was kind of cheap. The kind of cheap that when I used to ask him, hey, Dad, can we stop for ice cream after baseball? He would say, we don't need to stop for ice cream. We have ice cream at home. We didn't have ice cream at home. What we had was a refrigerator that froze the milk on the top shelf. Throw in some Nestle Quick and you have ice cream. Stir hard, boy, stir hard. But my dad, in his 70s, he's in his 70s now, he just went out and bought a $68,000 Lincoln. Yeah, right? Yeah, he paid cash for it, so now I know why we couldn't stop for ice cream all those years. You know what those Lincolns are. They're big. They got that big screen TV in the dashboard. They got a camera on the back. And I said, well, that's great, Dad. Now you can watch all the stuff you're going to back over. He did it too. I knew it was coming. We're sitting there at Christmas dinner at my parents' house. My dad finishes eating. He jumps up. He goes running out to the garage. I hear this Lincoln fire up, and the next sound that I hear is crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, I went running out to the garage, and I looked horrified. And here underneath the axle is this brand new Barbie big wheel power wheel thing that he had just bought his granddaughter for Christmas. Yeah, I said, Dad, did you not just see that big wheel power wheel thing on that big screen TV inside your dashboard? And he goes, well, yeah, but you know me, I don't believe everything I see on TV. Long way to go, sir, but I got to the end of that joke and you clapped. Thank you. The rest of you were waiting too, so it's fine. Cool, I warned you about my mom. I'm kind of more concerned about her. Since my mom has retired, my mom has now joined a gang. No, my mom's joined a gang. She now has a silk jacket. It's got letters all across the back of it. She's got a great big gold and silver emblem on the back of her car, and it says something like, AARP, yo! Yeah, and I don't know what the motto of the AARP is, but I'm sure it's something like, we're old, we're bold, we will not stand our coffee cold. Yeah, we're rich, and now we go to Florida during the winter to spend our kids' inheritance. That's a lot more funny to those idiots at this point than it really is to me. But my parents in the last couple of years, they kind of became full-time snowbirds. You guys know what the definition of a snowbird is, don't you? Yeah, it's someone that moves from Michigan to Florida during the wintertime, only to call back up here every day and ask me what the weather's like. It's the truth, man. 6:40 every morning. Like, I don't have anything else to do. I don't have kids to get to school. I don't have to get to school. But that phone rings. It says, ring, 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 Sarasota, Florida. And I got to pick the phone up because this might be the day I get to cash that inheritance in. Cash call from Florida. But it's always my mom, no, 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 idiot, you're still not funny. Make sure you go to work today. It's just Mom again calling to see what the weather's like in Michigan. I said, what's the weather like in Michigan? You guys still have that big screen TV down there in your condo, Mom? Yeah, and you still watch the Weather Channel from like 4 in the morning till midnight every night? So about every 15 minutes, you're going to get to know what the weather's like here in Michigan. You see that big swath of pink and white and blue covering the whole mid-state that should just say, crap. Yeah, that's what the weather's going to be like for the next 3 or 4 months. That's why you laughed, right? And I'm stupid. Sometimes I do this to myself. I say, just being nice, I say, what's the weather like in Florida? She goes, oh, it got cold down here last night. It got really cold. I wore my long nightgown to bed and I wore socks to bed. I said, thank you for telling me you wore your long nightgown, Mom, because that time you wore your short nightgown to breakfast, I still need therapy for that. No, thank you. Please don't pass anything. I'm good. I'm good. My parents, man, they're getting older. They're doing older. They now want to give me parenting advice, right? Look at me. These aren't people that should be giving people parenting advice for anything. My dad, he will just say something kind of stupid and meaningless. He'll be like, you know what you need to do to your kids when they're riding in the back of an open-air pickup truck down 75? You need to tell them to watch out for rocks. It's a good one, Dad, and that's about like you used to do, is yell through that sliding window of the truck. You kids, be safe back there. Flick his cigarette out and someone would have to jump out of the way. But my mom's getting mean and vindictive now. She will start a sentence with, you know, I don't mean to overstep my bounds here. Yeah, I said, Mom, if you have to start a sentence with, I don't mean to overstep my bounds here, there's a good chance you should just shut the hell up right now. She's your mom. She'll never shut up. You know that. She goes, you know, Christopher, I don't mean to overstep my bounds here, but I just heard this. I heard that if you want to give your kids some meaningful discipline, I heard you should never, ever, ever smack them on the behind whatsoever. You shouldn't smack them. No, what I heard you should do is you should just give them some good, positive reinforcement. Yeah, I said positive reinforcement? Really, Mom? We had positive reinforcement when we were kids. Went a little something like, if I screwed up, I was positive. My dad was coming home from work to kick me in my butt, right? And that was a day before cell phones or stuff, so you had to page my dad, who was a millwright in a plant, and if you woke him up from his nap, someone was getting it when they got home, right? But I don't know what it is. People now are quick to judge kids, are they not? People are quick to judge kids. I hear this all the time. People say, oh, you got to watch these kids nowadays. These kids are so much worse than we were kids. I don't think that kids are any worse. Do you guys think that kids are any worse? A few of them are going, yeah! Have you seen them? They got their pants pulled way down. You can see their underwear in the crack of their butt hang out half the time. They got these holes poked all through their face. If they ever sneeze with a pop in their mouth, it looked like a lawn sprinkler went off somewhere. I myself, I don't really think kids are any worse. I just think that kids don't do good, wholesome things anymore. Am I right? Yeah, these kids now will sit all day long in their rooms and play with their Wiis. Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I do remember what my mom told me would happen to me if I would sit all day long in my room and play with my Wii. And I'm not one to judge, but I did see a few people wearing glasses in here tonight. Guys, don't look at me, man. I got contacts. But these kids nowadays, they don't know what it's like to go outdoors and go sledding all day long with your foot jammed in a bread bag and then jammed down inside a boot. Yeah. You guys remember these Wonder Boots? Yeah, we wondered why our feet got frostbit, didn't we? And sometimes my mom wouldn't even take that last piece of bread out of the bottom of the bag before she'd stick my foot in there. Be about noon, I'd come to the back door, Mom, can I come in for lunch? And she'd say, now why don't you just stay out there and eat that sandwich that I packed for you? But we'd be out there sledding, throwing snowballs and rocks at cars all day long. till you'd finally come inside for that cup of scalding hot chocolate. You know, the one that little marshmallows used to burn the roof of your mouth so you couldn't taste dinner for the next 3 or 4 nights? And I'm not saying at my house, ma'am, that probably wasn't a bad thing. Because I'm not here to tell you my mom was a bad cook. I'm just saying now when I hear a smoke alarm go off, I start salivating like one of Pavlov's dogs. Hey, Mark Ridleys, you guys have been a lot of fun. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is great.